to go sideways. Oh, shit. Bienvenue tout le monde. How do I make it go sideways? Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm a little new to the... Okay, I guess we're going vertical. Well, damn, that just messes up my whole presentation. Okay, anyway. So we're not going to do a whole lot, but I did want to walk y'all through... oh, Lost Bayou Ramblers, shout out. Louis Michaud does the voice of T-Boy, a cartoon character. I co-directed or directed mostly 3 seasons. Anyway, so we're doing a commission. So I'm going to walk y'all through that dirty, you know, like the hardships. Just because this is what I go through. I've developed my own little style and ecosystem. I don't know what's right and wrong. There could be 170 watercolors out there screaming, pulling their hair out. Like, Marshall, what the hell are you doing? I don't know. I mean, it's just like life. That's why watercolor is the most spiritual, you know, well, any art is the most spiritual. Because you know, you have to you are making your own, you are creating, which is the most sacred thing that a Homo sapien can do. All right, so I keep a protective layer of film called gallery wrap. It's a specific company, gallery wrap. It's amazing how dusty everything is. You don't want to get hairs in your watercolor. It will inevitably happen. We are going to have, you know. All right. So, going to get on the bifocals. You have to go in. So I usually just buy top of the line watercolor. I learned from, you know, I guess I've been fooling with watercolor since 2018 or so. Just dabbles. Debutante a little bit, but since Boudini the cartoon, I now do it a lot. And so I've learned some things. And I just learned to just get top shelf. Just don't even waste your time. I mean, unless you're brand new to it. So you need, you know, you need to be able to paint a lot and it not look good or look not what you think. And that's the whole point of watercolor is you have to let it go. Now, what I do is I use multimedia. So I correct my watercolor with something new. I've been doing with airbrush. I've been combining airbrush with watercolor, and it just looks amazing, and it saves my ass. Okay, it looks amazing. All right, last thing, controversial topic. I know people up in arms about AI. Okay, I'm an artist too. I'm a musician too. This is everything. I'm a filmmaker too. I got a master's degree in film. Everything I do is going to be directly affected by this. I have much at stake. And I'm going to tell you what I have chosen, and I have no moral issue with it or ethical issue. As a person who loves history and who has a minor in history from the University of New Orleans, I love sociology and history, and I'm just forever paying attention to evolution and things. This ain't the first time this has happened. So that's the foolish thing a lot of people aren't seeing. There are analogs to, not many. The first one being the agricultural revolution. Well, you could say the invention of fire. You could say the invention of fire. The discovery of fire, not the invention, the discovery of being able to control fires, start them, put them out. Agricultural revolution, the printing press, okay? So we have analogs to look at to notice patterns. And I could tell y'all, you know, quantum computers are coming. Let's not freak out here, all right? AI ain't gonna clean the bathroom. People still gotta do stuff. So it is a tool. I know that there's no issue with that. It's a tool. And so for the first time ever, I've already done many watercolors with no AI. This is a new thing with many watercolors. And I was like, you know what? I just need some good references. Usually I go with my own pictures, my own imagination, or sketches. I started off with a sketch on a sketch pad. And once I got the idea, I'm like, okay, there it is. went to Chat GPT and said, make me 4 images, and I printed them out. And I'm not trying to copy these images. Rather, I'm going to my sketch, but I'm studying the light because I get to be somewhere that I'm not. And watercolor, you need to understand form and reflection. And there's just no way for me, I'm not a master. So I'm a filmmaker who's making movies, and this is my concept art. This is the way I see it, or a storyboard. So I have a few of them here. I mean, I posted them up, just to study the way that the light plays. I think I had 6 of them, and I threw a couple out because it was just too different than what I was looking for. All right, so let's start with the brushes. I try not to play. I spend money on brushes. Okay, one of them became illegal. To some sort of Siberian beaver tail when you couldn't make them no more. So I got one of the last generations of that. Okay, I got a lot of colors. Now this is where it gets messy because, oh shit, you have to turn them on. This is just water. I forgot to do this, sorry. Oh man. But this is what you gotta do. And it has to just kind of sit there. Now I don't want to get Alzheimer's, so I use my left hand sometimes. I make myself do my left hand do even drawings or painting sometimes. So y'all know this is live. This is no edit. This is exactly what you gotta do, And I labeled a lot of these colors. I don't know if you could see that, but they're getting so dirty I can't read them. So I just try to memorize. And then this is little pegboards, Velcroed to the damn wall because I live in this, Eastern German communist block apartments left over from the Navy, with these hollow cinder blocks that I could hear everything. So I can't nail anything to the wall. So I do a color chart. This is a few years ago. When I get new colors, I put it on there. I paint that, and then you can't see it because of that. But I paint so I could see what the colors look like on the paper. You can't just go by the tube all the time. You got to see what it looks like on paper. Excuse me. All right. I don't know if that's helpful or not. We'll see. So, issue is the hardest part to me of making any painting, the hardest part is the design, which basically comes down to your pencil sketch. I mean, I know some people freehand, whatever, but that's big balls. I can't do that. I mean, that's Jedi Master stuff. So I try to push myself each painting. I try not to do the same exact thing twice. So I wanted some characters here. Now, actually, the hardest thing for me to do is paint loosely. So I'm making myself lean towards loose, and it's making my brain feel all kinds of ways, and I could tell it's exercising my brain. So I just need a couple of windows. You see, if you have people walking silhouettes, I don't know if y'all could even see this. Okay. Even having people walking silhouettes, this is a little sketch I had made. I like the little parent holding the kid's hand. I don't have kids, and sometimes I'll have a paternal instinct, so I like the feeling of like, okay, it's like I have little kids in the paintings. But I'm too selfish of a person. I don't want children. All right. So that's really Just that's a, I did a bad job, I think here. No, okay, whatever. That does not look right. And this is a really expensive handmade paper, but first time I bought it, it's kind of like cloth. It's really weird. And it made all these weird, funny patterns when I did the watercolor. Y'all can see these little lines. Look. You see that? All these funny lines? I didn't do that. The paper did that. Thank God it's meant to be either a rain scene or post rain scene. Well, now it's rain because I have to use that or airbrush over it. And I want to try to minimalize airbrush. I want to try to challenge myself to be loose watercolors, which is really hard for me because I want to do more accurate, But I prefer the look of loose. But for some reason, when I try to do it, I go to act. Okay, so forms can only be seen as silhouettes or a different color than the one. So I have to be. Is there a window behind them? How are these people lit? And I need to do as an artist. I always recommend something. I struggle with is um, studying the human form. You could do live. I'm not saying you need to do nudes, but I'm saying you need to study human form. You could look at um, pictures. That's fine, but you need to human anatomy, almost like a medical way. You got to know the muscle and okay. So this is drawing is the hardest part, and I feel like I'm constantly just so. All right. You know, bois du café. Oh, I hope they don't strike me. That's Back to the Future, Alan Silvestri. He don't get enough credit. Actually, he does. He does all those Marvel films, and that's kind of like, oh my god. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Look at that. Now, do I want windows or blobs of light? Okay. Here's supposed to be a street light. What happened there, Marshall? Oh, I don't know. Guess the paint leaked over the dark paint. That should be a bright area. Like this is the bright area. Well, I guess it took shit right on that. Okay. And again, the sketch is the hard because you have to convince. You have to have emotional flow to me, like a dance. And that's the hardest for me. I'm always doing things leaning to the side. I can't tell if I'm straight or crooked. Crooked as a politician. And all right. I don't like this dark line. I think it should be. So every time you erase, I've learned on this new cloth paper really damages the paper. So I have to just barely. And watercolor is transparent, or translucent, transparent. So once you have a pencil line down, it's really hard to hide it. Woo! Oh, praise the Lord. Okay. I need to not use my hand because the oils of your hand. Let me get my eraser. Or I just use this. Yeah, I just use that. No, that's my watercolor brush. Now, the question is, at this point, I'm just making up the world. So do I want, oh, so this is the little brush. This is by Faber-Castell, which is a highly reputable. I'm very satisfied. You see, I could tell I'm smearing the graphite of the pencil anytime I'm rubbing and all that, and that's not good. So I need to try to minimize let me get a piece of paper actually, where my hand is resting. Yeah, I don't know what kind of paper it is. I just took a chance, you know. Just like Abba says, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. So, what am I gonna do about this? So I'm kind of challenged with like, is it New Orleans looking enough? I feel like I want to have the St. Louis Cathedral over here, but if it's far away, it's going to be soft lines, so I can't really do that. I'm kind of locked out of that possibility. So I kind of have to stick to windows as different colored light sources. I'm not quite sure how to. Okay, so no. First thing is I think I'm going to paint the interior of the windows and the doors, and that's it. And I'm going to leave a little white line, or maybe you could see my pencil sketch. I don't know. But the pencil sketch needs to fade away down here. It needs to disappear. So I need to paint. I need to draw softly. And keep your fingers from touching the damn canvas. Okay? Touching that damn canvas. I guess it's fine like this. Very, very light. Terrified of going too heavy at this point. Okay, whoop, that was helpful. All right. Now, I always paint things leaning. I hate it. And now I'm paranoid about it. So, shoot, I put that heavy, putting that X on it. All right. So I made sure to line up the, because this is on a piece of wood. I got to tape down a piece of wood. And I made sure I was trying to stick to the very light, just very light. And once I get one, I can kind of copy it for the other side. I just need the reference. You know? Ain't nothing but chicken wing. Okay, that means the light of the window will be right between the father, mother, and the child with the ponytail. Probably girl. Okay. All right. So I could see that. Now, what houses continue here? And this is going to have to be an airbrush fix to get that to glow. So, yeah. So to make the colors blend, I'll have to make it like really wet right there and just hit it fast. But right now, we're just going to do the lightest wash because watercolors, you have to go light to dark. So we have to paint things in negative motion in a way. Let's watch this movie in reverse. Okay, just the interiors where there might be something like hard lines, like those. Just the interiors. That's all I'm going to do today. And then I have to, business as usual, save the world. Now, why do I only do one little step at a time? I might continue after the live stream is over. I don't know. But since watercolor and these, acrylic, it's so permanent, watercolor especially, it's so permanent. You want to look in your heart and in your mind with each layer and make sure you know what you are about to do. Okay? I found every time I phone it in or do lazy, you know, try to make your accidents happy ones. Back them up with preparing. That's all I'm saying. All right. So, which brush are we going to go with? So, this is one I really like. This is a silver black velvet. And, oh, look how dirty it is, Marshall. What a damn shame. All right. Always keep lots of paper towels. Whoa. Somebody did not clean that brush good. God damn. All right. And I think that's going to be good to keep that tip on it, you know. I think that's going to be good. So I think I'll go with my most brightest yellow. And we did hose it down earlier. So okay, no. Good. My bad. So the brightest yellow I have is spin the wheel of fortune. I think it's the Hansa yellow. Yeah. And that looks okay. Now, there's two kinds of watercolor. You could get it out the tube like me, or other people have it. It's like these little blocks and you just wet your paintbrush. I don't know which one is better. I have no idea. I just started with one and just went with it. So, to create a cool effect, is I'm going to have a really loaded brush to drop in, not to actually paint, but just to drop in a blot of yellow. And we're going to see what kind of weird, cool stuff that does. All right, and then to actually get the interior of the window wet, I will need something with more detail capability and smaller. Hang on, I'm looking. There it is. I'm gonna send in the SEAL team. This is my little SEAL team 6 for the little details. Okay, it's 3 of them really. I'm forgetting the main one. Sorry, I'm gonna wet them because they got a little froed out in the. So this is for getting detail, but oh, the label wore off. I think it's like squirrel or something. I don't remember what this one is, but it's like not that detailed, but it's when you're doing pretty small. And then comes, oops, yeah, silver renaissance. This is sable brush, and it's for like pretty detailed, getting pretty small. And for the smallest, most microscopic, this is the little warrior. This has saved me in my life. 1/4 silver black velvet. It's called the stripper. That's what it says, stripper. All right. So I think I'm going to start with the, I don't know if this is actually squirrel brush. I'm sorry if I'm lying, but it's some sort of sable brush maybe. I'm going to start with this one with just water, I think. I think we'll go with just water. And then I'll drop in the yellow and maybe it'll do something psychedelic. Let's see. How can I do it best for y'all? I guess I could turn it like this. That's the best I can do. New to the game, baby, but you know I'm coming up. All right. So let's do one safe area. Like I could probably mess it up and be okay. And I'm not trying to save. I'm not trying to put a negative like, oh, we messed it up. But it's just watercolor is little hairs. Little hairs. Where do you come from? They get in there and I don't understand like what did that. Oh, that's a piece of Velcro because I got Velcro close by. Somehow got lodged in the paper. Okay. Whew. I don't like all that. Okay. So, I think a safe one would be this middle one. All right. So I'm just going to. Now I need the light to hit it a certain way so I can see the water reflecting. So I don't know how that looks for y'all. I'm sorry if it looks bad, but I need that. All right. This is our test subject. So if I put the color in at the bottom of the window, the top will still remain white. And that's where like the light would be, you know? I think I want to mix in orange. It can't be as light as this. This has to be the kind of the brightest in a way. But let's see what happens if I just drop it in. Make it go that way. I'm going to make it so much of watercolor is doing this shit right here. Sorry, cursing. That's not right. And let's see what kind of, if it does anything cool. I do kind of feel like, let me go ahead and add in that orange. Because once it's wet, you know, you can let it dry and do more layers later. But you really, like, to me, I've found you want to kind of put it through as few layers. Because I don't know. That's just me. Get the paintbrush. I should have thought this out a little better. Now, I'm going to let the top dry for a minute. Next contender, Raphael Kolinsky. Raphael 840, I guess is what it is. All right. And so this is going to be my orange. So I think I'm going to do permanent. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I can't see it. I don't have time. I'm just going to drop it in while it's wet. Maybe make some strokes. Like it's something in there. Oh, yeah. It's like little shapes. That's kind of cool. And then I'll do this shade should be holding it as its own. I don't want it to blend too much. But I don't want the emphasis to be my pencil marks either. So I'm gonna come in with one of my favorite contenders, Aussie Red Gold. Love Aussie Red Gold. I'm such a fan. Ooh! I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna drop it in there too. Shit. Okay. I mean, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna do this on a hard line. I'll just be bold here. Fortune favors the bold. Just be ready to spend money on, redoing things. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'll drop in the yellow first as a hard line, and then I'll come back and get. Ooh, I like when those colors blend. I just make random, and not completely random. I'm thinking about what is actually it is. So this Raphael 840 is my wild brush, so I'm gonna rinse it out, and I'm gonna pick up some other, you know, fun colors. You want to try to think about keeping the colors warm because warmer colors give the illusion that it's closer, and cooler colors and desaturated means it's further away. Not always, but it tends to signal that to the brain. So you'll notice most of the time my backgrounds will tend to be, you know. But you can break that rule. I mean, look at Mars. Would you gonna paint Mars with a blue sky? I don't think so. All right, what's a unique color that's still not a cool color? Let's see. Man, it's a hard one. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. I'm gonna go with one of my little browns. Let's see, drop that in there. Ooh, oh, whoa, holy shit! Is that a person in there? What is that in there? I don't know. It's like, is that a person in there? Ah, that's a good question. Oh shit, Marshall, be careful with the damn lights. Is that a person in there? That's what I want to know. Oh, it's like ghost or something. We don't know what that is. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. Maybe this one. This one maybe. Can I just do something different and fun for the damn curtains? Can we just go crazy and let's just do some purple or something like that? Or purple lake. Yes. One of the greatest colors of all time. In the Danielle Steele lineup is purple lake. Looks like I'm out of it. Let me refill. Ah, think of Ricky Lake and Purple Rain. So this is a Cotman watercolor, Purple Lake. Lac Poupre. Okay. Winsor and Newton. It's still Winsor and Newton. I still, put that in there. Okay. And I don't like hanging them upside down because to read them, it's upside down. But it does kind of get rid of that problem of it separating in the tube. At least I think so. All right, we're going to put that and a little touch of the actual purple. You know, everybody Wayne Chunk tonight. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to see if I could somehow eke out like some human forms. Yeah, I guess they have curtains now. Woo! I just invented them. Woo! All right. All right. I guess that looks like a form. Who knows? These people look like people that are on fire. Jesus. This is violent. God. So I'm going to negative paint. So when I'm negative painting, it's hard to do. You got to be careful of damaging the paper. But it's just water on the brush. And, oh, sorry. It's water on the brush, and I'm absorbing paint. I'm negative painting. So maybe if I get rid of some sections, it'll help it get rid of that person literally on fire. You can see the flames. Or if I can absorb some of this here, lighten it up maybe. Just make it like more blurry. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Okay, I only want to do the actual edifice of the building as part of the major background next layer. So, which does not include the people, it's just the stuff behind the people. I cannot do the reflection in the street until last because I don't know what the reflection is going to be until I know what this is. So, this top part gets done first. But the interior of things I could do. All right. Let me try to fucking do something a little bit more fun. Where's... Yeah, I've done a bad job of losing. Uh, I'm missing brushes or something. I'm not sure where they are right now. But anyway, yeah, where's my... I have brushes specifically for this, but seem to... Well, never mind. Okay, back to plan A. All right, let's be bold here. I'm gonna do this entire panel in water. Yeah. And I might leave it... Let's see. I just want some orange. I want some orange in my life. Okay. So let me pick a different orange. I think I got two of them. Sorry, I'm looking through. Gold ochre? Is this a new color? I haven't logged yet. So it looks like I haven't... I don't know what gold ochre. It's Winsor and Newton. I must have bought it somewhere. So I don't think I've logged it. So I have extra little squares here just for such occasion. Maybe I have used it. I don't know. But here's the permanent yellow deep, which is an amazing color. Absolutely stunning. Oh, so this is almost like a not a dark orange, but like a ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so I keep overloading my brush, so I have some little chits here, and I just kind of hit that little end like that, let it unload. Woo, coming in hot. Sorry, it's hard to get. All right, let me go. Woo! All right. Everything looks like it's on fire. Spreading out too much. You know what? Well, let me do a little tilt here. That's what's wrong. It looks like it's on fire if you lay it flat. You got to control the... All right, let me go back to yellow here. These are the people, so I have to really be careful around this. Yeah. Really careful. You know, maybe that's too thick for that. Let me add some water here because it's a little tick for that. Needs to be brighter. That's the thing with, using um, white paper. I almost kind of prefer gray or something. So I'm just gonna negative paint a little bit and just brighten up some of that because it needs to be really bright around the people. This is the most important group of people. All right. Oh, got some water on the damn. Got some water on that damn thing. Okay, this can be the dark orange for sure. So let's go back to that new color. And this could be like, it's just back there, man. Oh, that is too thick. Oh my God. Jeez. Negative paint. Negative paint. Or I could just go. Yep. That took care of it. All right. And then what color? Let's do something fun. I don't want to do boring color. The whole point of watercolors, but I don't want to distract from this. This is the red. This is the background. So one of the things I like about some of the AI references, and I don't. That's just a tool for me. I have all the years of, it starts as a sketch on paper, and usually it's my own photos or my imagination. I give or Google Images. Sometimes I'll screenshot them and put them together in Photoshop and flip them, and or I'll paint over them in Photoshop and make a reference. So it's just a tool. However, this needs to be the focal point. So this can't get too crazy on the brightness. I do know that. However, it needs to be washed out towards the background. So I think I might add. I think I might go a little crazy. I'm gonna put a little purple or blue or the mix of orange. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. See, we're directing the movie. It's movie making. We're burning money. The cast and crew are here. Director, what do you want to shoot? Well, I want to work on this part of the set. We need to focus on this scene. So I'm going to hose it down. I'll try to avoid that light. I don't want, I want to keep that, and this is a greener. So we can go to, yeah. Now, I haven't decided about the street yet, so let that sit there for a second. What color this should be, and I want to do. I can go back to the old hit, opera pink. That's what I'm talking about. Or this might be a mix up of Purple Lake and opera pink. I think that's what it is. Got to keep it bright around the lights so the darkest points are kind of far away. Let's have a little tilt this time, jeez. And we'll just have to negative paint our way out of. Oh, look at that big glob of paint. Lord have mercy. I think that's supposed to be like that. I'm not supposed to be painting this area. I'm just. Let me negative paint because I don't know what that is. You see, it's hard for me to do loose. It's like against my nature. I'm sort of negative painting the blue I did the other night. I'm pulling it up. Now, this is damaging the paper slowly. So this is like, oh shit kind of thing. What do I do? That's what you do. Then we're going to go back to Permanent Yellow Deep, which is one of my all-time faves. Got a little touch of that on there. You know what? I'm about to go buck wild on this thing. Ooh. All right. One of the greatest painting music choices is the trilogy mashup mix up of woo. Okay. I think we're gonna make it out alive. It's Alan Silvestri's Back to the Future Children. Woo. All right, now what about a pool of light around on the sidewalk? So I'll pull that up with the little corner of the paper towel. I'm negative painting. Yeah. Well, I think that kind of worked. All right. Let's go back to the original mission of the windows and then we'll wrap it up for today. Maybe I could use this fun color. What's this color I have on the paintbrush? This is the negative color from here. How interesting is that? Steps. How should I? Okay, so yeah. Leave the bright part of the step at the top to give the illusion that light is directly hitting it. And then all right. I'm softening this up. It's like I'm using negative painting. I don't know if I'm supposed to call it that or not. I just know it's a little way of, okay, now let's do a little something different at the top there. What about a clear window? So it would be a little layer of yellow first. So let's go back to our that's too heavy. Lord have mercy. I'll just do it here a little bit. Okay. Now I can pull it back. Little dibble dabble. Okay. And what about this? Is this oh, I don't like that. Oh Lord have mercy. No. I don't like that. Okay. So I guess it's brighter in there. All right. And then these curtains, we could do a fun red because it brings a little attention to the little cluster of people. So we can go back to our whatever this color is. I don't even know. It's just on the tray here. Okay. Now, I need some opera pink in my life. One of my favorite colors. Right here. This is a huge hit. Daniel Smith, Opera Pink. And I love it too. I mean, it is very captivating. It's a very uh, seductive color. It pulls your eye right in with glee, pleasure, joy. I don't know what it's made of. They have to make these colors some kind of way. So I need to go to a smaller brush. Send them to the abyss. No one knows what I'm talking about. Send them back to the abyss. Yo, come on. So even my hardcore Lord of the Rings fans confused. Like, y'all don't know that? That's one of the best lines. Okay, it's going to be too loaded, but whatever. See, I'm trying to do too detail. It's messing up. It's supposed to be loose. It's supposed to be like that. Like, woo! And just do that, and it just looks amazing. So I'll do that. Woo! Gotta be wild and free. Loose lips sink ships. Okay. All right. And that's too heavy, though. I have to pull that back. Let's get a clean part of the paper towel. Power of Christ compels you. See, that's too detailed. This is not loose. This is me trying too hard to have some, oh, it's geometrically correct. You know what? It's just like quite envious of these loose people and the loose ways. But, you know, maybe they had to walk the fire that I haven't walked yet. All right, this one needs some help. So I'll just put, yeah, just woo, that's what they do. I don't even think about it. And we're gonna put down. I do think the idea of having a little tan as a baseline might be good. So the base color, like a layer essentially, with the lightest color. That's right. It's supposed to be loose. Just be loose. Woo! To me, I'm like panic. What? Just gonna paint over the thing like that? Oh, disrespectful. So I haven't really put a color yet. I'm just getting this ready for some colors. I'm ignoring these. I'm not doing those. No, you're supposed to do them. I'll have to fix the airbrush. All right. And so guess I'll do this sort of indigo looking turquoise color. I don't have time to turn around and look at it, but it's like a see, we'll do a mix of that at the bottom. That's how they do. They go like this. Woo! And that's terrifying to me, because what if I paint over? But the challenge of this is to be loose. That's the whole. It's the new challenge, man. Do you not want to get Alzheimer's? Then challenge your brain. Do something different. That's being a true punk rocker, being a rebel. Unfortunately, you must make decisions fast, Dr. Jones. As the water dries, so does your chance of change or success. So, well, I don't. Okay, so is that right? Don't think about it. Just woo, do that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I could do other little people. That's still wet. I don't know if I should paint that. Okay, and so what color is this one gonna be? What? A red? So you're gonna pull away from that? This one's turquoise. I mean, god damn. All right, well, I'm gonna pull from one of these reds, I guess. Ooh, that is too loaded. Lord. It's just too loaded. Ah, dropping the paintbrushes. Too much color. It's too saturated. Pull away. Well, I've been too late. It's kind of smeared a little bit. I don't like doing that. Let me put some. It's orange time. It's supposed to be. No. It's supposed to be orange time. So I'm just kind of negative paint. I don't know what I want to do with this wall yet. I guess you're supposed to make fast decisions. Well, I do like the explosions of color. Sure. Which color do we want to see? It's already got quite an dizzying array. God. Dizzying. Oh, what could this wall be? Oops. Didn't realize it was that loaded. Just gonna shoot off the cuff, man. I can't get answers. I'm just gonna start wilding out, bro. Like, oh, you gonna answer me? All right, I'm gonna just go with the perp. I'm gonna go with the perp. I'm just loving it. It's clearly too loaded. I don't know why even. All right. So that kind of takes care of what I'm going to do with the windows, but clearly more layers will be added because I hate doing all the little Spanish ironwork, but that's going to make a huge difference. And I still have to do these top parts. I forget what you call that. And because I'm going to take a break because I've done a lot and I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I could still negative paint later. I would just have to enact the colors with water. But you see here, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that right there. But whatever, I still have options as you go along. Add the now. How far back do I do the detail of the of the thing? I think I like how the pencil fades out there, and I might just leave that kind of unknown right there, and add a little bit of airbrush to brighten that light up, and just leave this an unknown. I kind of like that, and so this part will be the last of the balconies with dark detailed lines for the Spanish ironwork, and that'll do it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I guess that's just a wrap. That's how we roll.